So you've got a prospect who's basically sold. They've seen the work, they like you, and the budget's there. Then nothing. The thread goes quiet. A week goes by, then two, and then the deal that felt done just sort of dissolves. The easy story to tell yourself is that they went with someone cheaper, or the timing was off. By the end of this video, I want to show you a different reason. One that's actually in your control, and a 30-minute check that you can run this week to find it. I'm Kurt Schmidt from Schmidt Consulting, and I help agency owners win more of the work they're already close to winning. So here's something that I keep seeing. Most agencies that lose deals don't lose them on the pitch. They lose them somewhere in the gap between, yes, I'm interested, and, okay, where do I sign? That whole stretch in the middle is where good deals go to die. And most owners never look at it because they're too busy looking at the pitch. Years ago, I had this guy named Mark Jensen on my podcast, and Mark ran product management for a big software company, and he said something that will always stick with me. In product circles, he told me, the product team sometimes gets called the sales prevention department, said as kind of a joke. The group that's supposed to help the company sell somehow keeps getting in the way of sales. And the more I work with agencies, the more I think a lot of shops have built themselves a little sales prevention department without ever meaning to. So what does that look like in a 10 or 20 person shop? It's rarely one big dramatic thing. It's friction. Maybe a contact form that lands in an inbox that nobody really owns. Could be a discovery process that has 4 calls before anybody ever talks money. A proposal that takes 9 days to get out the door because 3 people have to review it and touch it. And then maybe you go dark because you got buried in delivery. Every one of those is a tiny speed bump, and the buyer hits all of them right in a row. And here's the part some owners just don't want to hear. That friction usually comes from your best intentions. Those 4 discovery calls, that's you being thorough, right? The 9-day proposal timeline, well, that's you being careful and covering all your bases. The long intake form, that's you being professional. And none of this feels like a problem from the inside. It feels like quality, feels like you're a professional. But to the buyer, it just feels like work. And ready buyers do not want homework. So here's what Mark told me he did about this. He went and asked his own customers one question. How easy is it to do business with us? He found, more than once, that the product was great and the real holdup was his own company's internal processes, getting in between the customer and the thing that they wanted to buy. And I see this same story in agencies. The work is great, but the buying is a slog. And I'll be honest, I did this myself for years. I thought a longer, heavier sales process made us look serious, made us look bigger, made us look more important. More steps, more documents, more proof. What it actually did is give a busy buyer more chances to lose momentum. And busy to me felt like momentum. It felt like that was just what you needed to do. And busy to me felt like momentum. But it was really just friction wearing some different outfit. And this is costing you revenue in no dashboard will show you. A lost pitch, you at least know about, right? You can count on it. These deals are different. They were already leaning your way, and then they just quietly evaporate in the follow-up. You never get the no, and you never get the reason behind that no, so you never fix it. It keeps happening every quarter. It keeps happening every quarter to deals you've already half won. Okay, so how do you find your own sales prevention department and shut it down? 3 things, and none of them cost a dime, okay? The first thing, walk your own buying path. Pretend you're a prospect. Fill out your own contact form. Time how long it would take for you to reply to yourself or for your team to reply to you. Count the steps in between and maybe you don't have a form, but count the steps between somebody raising their hand and saying that they're interested to somebody being able to actually pay you. Most owners have never done this, and the first time they do, they're usually a little embarrassed about what they find. There's some great videos and documentation about this, about secret shoppers. I definitely suggest you go out and do it. Even if you're a larger shop, get a buddy of yours or something to go out and fill out the form and just see what happens and test your team. You'd be surprised. So, second thing, Cut the steps in half. Look at every stage between interest and signing and ask, who is it really for? Is it for them or is it for me? The fourth discovery call is usually for you. The 30 field intake form is usually for you too. Anything that's there to make you feel extra comfortable, instead of making it faster, cut it. Make it easy for them to give you money. And the last thing, make the next step obvious every time. A lot of deals stall just because nobody knows what happens next. End every conversation and every proposal with one clear next thing and a date on that thing. Ending these things on, let me know what your thoughts are, is where momentum will go to die. Tell them exactly what happens next and when, or what your expectations are of what will happen next and when. And you could do all three of these things this week with the team you already have. The hard part is just the emotional labor that can go into it. It's being willing to look honestly at a process you built and spent a lot of time on and admit that some of it is probably standing in your own way. So that's the homework, the 30-minute version I promised. Go through your own buying experience from start to finish like you're the buyer and write down every spot where you would lose patience. And look, don't try to fix everything all this minute. Just count those speed bumps. I bet you'd find more than you expect, and I bet at least one of them is costing you a deal you think you just lost on price. Speed covers a lot of sins. The shop that answers in an hour beats the shop that answers in a week almost every time. Even when the second one does better work. This is what I dig into with agency teams for a living. So if you want another set of eyes on your buying path, there's a link down below. Either way, walk it yourself first. Subscribe if this kind of operator stuff is useful, and thanks for watching.